Hi, welcome to Camp Happy Mail, and also welcome to day 4 of the Spellbinders 13 Days of Craftoween. So let's see what we have going on for day 4. I'm hoping it's something cute. Although I don't know. These have been kind of on the dark side. So day 4 kind of has a Harry Potter theme to it with all the spell books. So that, and we probably need a sentiments stamps. You know what? Maybe we'll use some of these today. So let's see what we have for day 4. Day 4, we have cute. We have a great little ghost. He's holding a slice of pizza, which is kind of weird. It's got a little pumpkin and a boo banner. And there looks to be a black cat over here, or a cat, which I guess you can make any kind of cat. The sentiment that it says to use is, I want to pizzaza you. I don't really understand what that means. I'm guessing because it has something to do with a slice of pizza. I'm probably not going to use that because I don't even know how to say this correctly and I don't know what it means. So I'm going to find a different Halloween sentiment to go with this. But the ghost is awesome. We'll definitely use the ghost and the pumpkin and the banner. We might use the cat. Not sure. So let me think about this and we'll come back and make a card. Okay, we are back and we are ready to put together a card. I've come up with kind of a plan for this. It's not 100% for sure what I'm going to do, but I did cut out all the pieces and I did pull a different sentiment set. This is a Halloween set from Lawn Fawn from several years ago called Booyah. And I think I'm going to take and use the Happy Haunting for this. Only because I didn't really understand the sentiment set that came with the Spellbinders set. And that's perfectly okay. It's your card. You can do what you want with it. And so that's what I'm opting to do with this. Something I am going to try is I am going to try to stamp on top of foiled paper. I don't know if it's going to work. We're probably going to heat emboss when we get to that point. But we'll tackle that when we get there. But for now, let's go ahead and start to build this card. There are lots of pieces in this, lots of little pieces in this. So it may be a little tedious to put together. So for all of the cards that I'm doing with this box of dies, I'm trying to keep all of them relatively easy. And the main reason for that that I'm trying to keep them easy is if you have this set, then you can easily pull it out and you can play along. Or you can watch the video and then see the finished card at the end. And then if you want to go back and recreate that card, it's not going to take that long to do. All of the designs are very easy. The other reason for keeping it easy is maybe you don't have the Spellbinders box. And maybe you have other Halloween dies. And these are all easy card designs that you could take something that you already have. Like maybe you have a set of ghosts from another company. Or maybe you have witches, or maybe you have black cats. But you could take any one of these designs and easily use what you have to come up with a cute card. You don't necessarily need the same exact products that I'm using. Okay, so that's our background piece. This paper is out of the Echo Park Monster Mash from a couple of years ago. It's this star paper over here. I have 4 pads of Halloween paper from various years. They all have basically the same colors in them. So I've been mixing and matching between them for these cards, and I'll continue to do that throughout this series. So let's go ahead and glue this piece down. This I did run through a Starburst cover plate, and I think you can see that on the camera. Yeah. I just thought it would dress it up just a little bit, give it a little bit of pizzazz. You certainly don't have to do that. One tip that I will give, if you're going to do that and use a piece of metallic paper, this is metallic paper, it's not glitter paper, but this is metallic, which is why it's so shiny. You run it through first with the cover plate that creates the starburst design in it, and then I used a stitched rectangle die. But what I did was I put a piece of copy paper over top of the metallic part of this paper, and then I put the die on top of that, and then my plate. And that way, when I ran it through my die cut machine, I didn't get markings from my plate onto the piece of metallic paper. Had I not put the piece of copy paper in there, then the metallic paper would have picked up any of the cut lines that were on my cutting plate. So to keep the metallic paper all nice and shiny and smooth, I put that piece of copy paper between the plate and the paper. And I think that's a little crooked, but we're just gonna go with it. So let's go ahead and assemble our ghost. The ghost has two pieces. He looks like this, and then he's got this piece that goes behind him that kind of creates the shadow of where like the ripples in his sheet would be. So let's go ahead and put this together. And actually I'm going to put the glue on this side. And it comes up to about around where his arms are. The shiny paper, or the shimmer paper that I used for the ghost, is the same shimmer paper that I've been using on some of the other ones. It comes from Home Depot. Yeah, Home Depot, not Home Depot. Comes from Office Depot or Staples or an office supply store. It's made by Astro Brights. And I do that in a lot of my videos. I end up calling Office Depot Home Depot. I've done that at least 3 times now. Yeah. Okay, so for his eyes, see his eyes are cut out. So all I did was simply cut a rectangle of black, and I'm going to put that behind his eyes, because otherwise his eyes would be purple. And that's perfectly fine too, but I don't want him to have purple eyes. But whenever you do yours, it's your ghost, and you can make him have whatever color eyes you want. Okay, and just like that. Now I'm just going to set these aside to dry a few seconds, because I am going to pop him up on here. But let's go ahead and assemble our little banner. So the banner is in 4 pieces. There's the black piece that makes up the banner, and then there's individual little flags or pennants, and that's where they have the letters that say boo. The boo letters are just indented on the paper, and then I took a black fine liner and drew the letters for boo in there. Same thing on the pumpkin. For his mouth, that was just an indentation from the die, and I used a black fine liner to emphasize where his mouth is. So let's go ahead and put the banner together. And I want to see if these pieces are exactly the same or if there's a border around them. Nope, they seem to be pretty exact matches. Okay. The little pieces are a little bit tricky, but perfectly doable. You could certainly use a pair of tweezers to do these. I'm not real great with tweezers. So I just muddle my way through it with my big fingers. And one more. Okay, and that's our little banner. And I think we're just going to put this up across here, just in the corner, just like that. That's cute. Okay, let's go ahead and assemble our pumpkin. The pumpkin is in two pieces. There's a die for the background, and I chose to do it in black so that his eyes would be black. Now you could certainly cut this out a third time and make the stem on here green, but I didn't want to fiddle with a piece that was that tiny, so I just went with the two pieces. And we'll just piece that together. Super cute little pumpkin. Okay, and then our ghost, I think we're going to pop him up on here. So let's go ahead and do that. I really like that with the starburst effect coming out from him. And I think we'll go ahead and pop our little pumpkin up as well. Get some smaller dimensionals here. I think we'll just put him down here. Okay, so for the banner, where we're going to put our sentiment, let me get this set up for heat embossing, and I'll be back. Okay, so I don't know 100% that this is going to work. We may end up just cutting this out of a piece of regular cardstock, but I certainly want to try it. So I am going to use archival ink, and we're going to attempt to heat emboss this. But I don't know if the ink is going to take that well to the foil cardstock or not. But we're about to find out. Okay, so far so good. And I will turn off the sound, as always, so you don't have to listen to the heat gun. Alright, it's a little hard to read, but it's there. I can see it in person, but I can tell that it's probably hard to read on camera. So we're just going to go with that. And so let me get this cleaned up and we'll finish this card. All right, and I was going to glue this straight down on here, but I decided to, since the ghost and the pumpkin are popped up, that I'm going to go ahead and pop this up too. Okay, just like that. And should we put some of these on it, or do we think we have enough stuff going on here? I'm kind of leaning towards we have enough going on here. Between the busy background and the metallic and the shimmer paper, I think we got enough going on here. So that is card number 4 for day number 4. An easy design that, again, if you have this set, you could easily recreate this. If you don't have this set, you could easily recreate this just with different images on it. And that's our card for the day. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.